Hey, what's up there, YouTube land? It's Grumpy Gamer Dad here, and today I'm just continuing in my series on Disney pins and pin trading. Uh, if you saw in my previous videos, you saw that while my wife and I, thought we were, into Disney pin collecting anyway, our eyes were like wide open, and we saw a whole new world of Disney pin trading, collecting, etc. And we dove in, head first. I think they say feet first, now head first, um, and we got like on board. So today I'm just going to just go through some of the different ways that you can display your collection, because once you've amassed, your first, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, you're like, what do I do with all these little hunks of metal? So I'm going to go through a couple different ways that you can display them, and see if I can maybe give people some ideas. So the first way of method to display your pins is, a lot of these things are like works of art. So, the lanyard is the simplest way to, display them. You may have seen my grumpy lanyard in other videos. Yes, this entire lanyard is devoted to Grumpy here. They're not catching the light very well, so but yeah, lanyard. You just wear this around your neck at the park, and you can keep your traders on there, and trade with other park goers or cast members. It's a good way to kind of introduce yourself to the pin trading world. I've seen more advanced people with their traders, and we're going to take a look at some of those. So strictly for pin trading and mobility purposes here, another way you can keep your traders anyway, or even your collection, whatever, is one of these little portfolios here. It's called a pin folio. And you open this guy up, if I can. And hard kind of foam right there, and you just here's your traders. This is what I've got to offer to you. There's a little piece of felt here, and you get two of these plasticky things that you can you stick your traders in the back. And then the really cool thing, or you stick them in there, on the back you can put the cards that they were originally on. You put your pin backs. It's always good to have those things handy. So I think this was found online, and you can get different embroidered whatever on the front. Of course, we have Sorcerer Mickey. The good thing about that pin folio is it's portable, and you can put more pins on than you would with your lanyard. The lanyard does get really, really heavy as you're going through the parks during the day, and it gets hard to go through security. Another one, I have to highlight this because I just got this last night for my birthday. This is a WDI Haunted Mansion exclusive bag with the Hatbox Ghost, who's my favorite. And I just started putting pins in here, so bear with me. There's only a few pins here. We'll open it up and I'll show you how it works. So this is a roll style bag, and you can see I've got my pins there. There's just a few that I put in there, all Haunted Mansion related. There's a piece of feels like velvet that goes between them, and then you just roll it up. It kind of looks like those little roll-up bags that you see in the movies when the evil villain is, about to interrogate someone, and they pull out this bag full of like all kinds of, weird instruments, or we're going to torture you. That's what it kind of looks like. So it's perfect, especially with the Haunted Mansion theme there. But again, small, portable. It collapses in, keeps everything safe. It rolls up, and it's nice to keep all your collection in if you wanted to walk around the park with that. Me personally, I don't recommend it, but to each their own. And then another way is the bag, the pin trading bag. You can purchase these online, or you can get them at the parks there. I think they're about $40-something at the parks, and it looks like this, right? It's got the official pin trading logo on there. It zips up, and you can keep all your pins in there. And if you look, you can keep pages and pages of pins in there. Each page has thick foam, and so you can keep your collection in there. There's a sheet that separates each page, and you can store a lot of pins here. They get really, really heavy, like this one does. I think this one's weighing in about 30 pounds. So another and probably a cheaper way to display your pins is just good old fashioned baseball card or card sleeves. You can get a pack like this. They're card sleeves. They're plastic. They're pretty durable. You can get a pack of like what is it, 30 pages for like, I don't know, $5-10, and then buy a three ring binder. Say that 10 times fast, and then you can just slip your pins in there, and there you go. I mean, this is just one of our pages here. This is a page of our traders here. The problem is that they will slide out of the top pretty easy. So you need to figure out a way to hold them into place. I've seen some people, take the pin backs off and stick it through the little card holder and then pin it to the back. That way it's not moving out. We haven't gotten that far yet. But that's you can display your collection that way, or you can keep your traders or whatever in a binder like that. I've seen both. Now, you've seen some of these pins. A lot of them are high quality, beautiful looking, almost works of art. Some of them actually are works of art. And maybe you don't want to keep it in a binder or a folder or whatever. Maybe you just want to, put it on your wall loud and proud. I don't recommend sticking it into your wall because it would be dumb looking. And, if you're a renter, you have security deposit to think of. There's a couple other methods. I have 3 other methods that we can do. These are, 2 are DIYs, do it yourselves, and 1 is something we purchased. But look, I got this. I display my Yoda collection here in my office, and it's just cork board that I got at IKEA. I think for like three of these little round cork boards for like $6 or something, and then I just attached a little hook here. And rattle can the front, so you don't see cork. I see black rattle canned paint. I think it looks pretty nice, and just stick it on your wall, and it's presentable. Plus, it's round, and you get 3 of them, and you make a little Mickey Mouse thing, which takes us to our next DIY idea. Okay, so I'm actually in the dining room of my house here. And I can already tell that the acoustics are all off, but I wanted to show you this. This is one of the pin boards that my wife and I made. You can see this is just styrofoam. And if you take a look here, we painted it. I advise, because it's styrofoam, do not rattle can that. You have to hand paint that with like acrylic type paint. But we made these, hung them, and she had a little bow. You can get all this stuff at a craft store. This is just round styrofoams. And then we just stick our pins in there and hang it on the wall. And this, displays our collection. So that's just one of the ways. And then the next way is, of course, a shadow box. So this is a shadow box my wife put together, and it's all Disneyland 60th anniversary to kind of commemorate our trip during the Disneyland 60th as a family. Of course, the pictures, we have some photos in there you can see, and I of course, covered them up to protect the identities of my family, but you can see just a basic shadow box with all the pins that we purchased there. A lot of limited edition pins that we had, and we basically, if it said Disneyland 60 on that trip, I think we purchased it. So that hangs also in our dining room on the other side of our Mickey and Minnie's. What? So, I mean, like I said, this is just a few ways that you can store and display your pins. Okay, so that was a little field trip down to the dining room. I'm back in my office now, and I just want to, summarize by saying that, Disney pin trading gets kind of expensive, and you don't have to go hog wild on those. Some of those pins are, 15 to hundreds of dollars each. I mean, seriously, the average pin's about $10, I think, and they can go up to several $100s, which I think is insane. But if you look at it this way, it not only does it celebrate your memories of Disneyland and a trip, but they're art. So finding a different way to display them. Finding a different way to display them, is really up to you. If you want them on the wall for everybody to see, or if you want to keep them in a book someplace private, it's really up to you. So until next time, this is Grumpy Gamer Dad saying pins are cool, pins are great. Do as you like, as you want with them.